p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is August 1st, 2025. And this is your War Notes Overnighter, delivered blunt, urgent, and unbroken. The night is quiet, but the world is not. Here's the grave and grinning report every household should hear before lights are out. First, President Trump has fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Erica McEntrefer, or I believe it's pronounced McEntrefer. And I have baby Victor here in the background, co-host. He's trying to go to sleep here, so he's here in the background. Accuses her of rigging data to harm Republicans, though economists say that according to The Guardian and one other reputable source. Meanwhile, the U.S. has unleashed steep new tariffs effective August 1st, 2025. Canada now faces 35%, uh, and India, Taiwan, and others above 20%. And the baseline rate stands firm at 10%. The de minimis loophole is gone, so even small parcels will be taxed. Imported handbags up to 12% more expensive. Markets reeled, stocks dropped, consumer goods are set to cost more. On global markets, today's trade shock burned across Canada, India, Japan, and Brazil. The Canadian dollar hit 2-month lows. Amazon shares plunged nearly 7% after weak guidance, while Apple surprisingly posted 10% revenue growth thanks to strong iPhone sales and Chinese subsidies. Samsung struck a 16.5 billion chip deal with Tesla amid the chip war surge. Across the Atlantic in Ukraine, a Russian missile strike on Kiev killed 31 people, including 5 children, injuring over 150. President Zelensky demanded direct talks with Putin, who claims he supports peace even while continuing wartime objectives. Germany delivered Patriot missiles, and the UN Security Council will convene emergency sessions. Meanwhile, oil alarms are ringing. If Trump succeeds in pressuring India to stop Russian oil imports, Moscow may retaliate by shutting the CPC pipeline. A potential supply gap of 3.5 million barrels per day could send prices past $80 per barrel, hitting diesel and gas costs very hard. Markets are feeling the heat. Global equities under pressure, investors anxious over U.S. Fed independence, slowing jobs and trade outlook. Inflation remains sticky, and the Fed is under political fire. Firing your stats chief doesn't help confidence. Even the cosmos weighed in. There's chatter, mostly social media hype, that a solar eclipse is coming in August, but astronomers remind us the real preview happens in 2027. So don't cancel your eclipse viewing plans just yet. Europe is still sizzling. Deadly heat waves across the continent have claimed more than 1,800 lives this year, while July floods in central Texas claimed over 130. Climate chaos is fast becoming weather's new normal. Now, because no vintage broadcast is complete without a wink, here's your evening chuckle. Imagine Roosevelt with a smartphone, tweeting tariffs at midnight, while economists scramble to turn statistics into sunshine or storm warnings. Quote, fireside chat, end quote, more like, quote, fury of the tariff, quote, chat folks. Welcome, Brian. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the program. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Brian. And everyone, welcome Brian to the end of the night program, I shall say, because I don't think there's anything that should be breaking, I guess. Who knows? Anything can happen in the next 2 to 3 hours. However, that is your late night War Notes dispatch, urgent, unbroken, and unapologetically frank. Let this brew wisdom in your morning cup, your nightly cup, whatever you may be sipping on, and sleep well, stay informed, and wake up ready for another wave, okay? good night and good sense. And if you are not subscribed to the program, please make sure you subscribe. It is free to do. And guess what? Without you subscribing, you can't help me to produce more videos. So I would appreciate your help and I would appreciate your handshake. You have a wonderful and blessed evening. Thank you, Mr. Brian. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mr. Brian. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You don't understand how much it's a delight and a pleasure to have each and every one of you all here interacting in this wonderful way, very clean cut, nothing that's, disrespectful to anybody. We appreciate everybody being very respectful in the room. So I appreciate you indeed. And Priscilla Justin says, dummy says, okay, so Priscilla Justin, remember, we don't tolerate any type of disrespect at all. So we'll go ahead and remove that comment here from the program. And if we continue to have that behavior, then of course I report those names directly to YouTube as malicious because it is so, especially when you're in a clean cut room. I play no games and I cut no corners with that. Anybody who comes in and is disrespectful, I get them out of here. They get the boot. It's just that's it. This is everybody, has a right to speak what they wish. However, when you come into a decent ran room, it shall stay that way, and we do not permit disrespect. I read every single comment, and I respect folks, and that's what I expect folks to do when they walk into the program. If not, like my mother will once say back in the days, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. So yes, Mr. Brian, respect you shall have because you are a human being like you and me and everybody else, and we shall respect each other because if we don't start here in these little rooms, if we don't start with these little steps in calling people out, because really it's just an attention thing. A lot of folks want attention, and so I give them the attention that they want. It's up to them. They have a choice. You either want bad attention or you want good attention, right? So if you come into a proper room and you give yourself a bad name, that's on you, man. I leave it on other folks. I say, that's on you, buddy. Well, that's on you, ma'am. You came in, you wanted to take your precious time to write something ridiculous in a place of, that we're trying to do something good, just spreading good news, we try to do this. So, folks don't respect. My co-host is in the background. Baby's going on 1 year old, so he has a lot to say. But yeah, respect. It has to be laid down. That should be law. Respect and honesty is key. I tell people all the time, respect and honesty is key. I shall die saying that. Respect and honesty is key. You're honest with people, and you love on people, and you respect people, and you grow, and that's how you grow, and you keep it personable. And what I feel is that I think that's lost in a lot of these YouTube channels. That's why I don't do any visuals, because some folks are more worried about what's on the screen and not listening. And so a lot of the relationship is lost, and folks will leave comments and stuff in some of these other people's videos. And I realize over time and over the years, I realize that some of these folks won't even respond. It's actually the rest of the community responding, but the people actually making their videos or loading them up, whatever the case may be. Thank you, Mr. Brian. But yeah, whatever the case may be, they don't respond to folks anymore. And so I think it's a little disconnect there, and definitely a disconnect. Oh, thank you. Yes, Mr. Brian said voice is cute. Yes, indeed. Yes, thank you. Well, I'm going to head out of here, and I appreciate you all listening. And I thank you all for subscribing. And again, without you all, we will be nothing here. And I'm okay being small. It's not about being big here. It's just about getting the news out to some folks who are tired of the visuals, but they still want to get the information. Old school, old school. We're all old school vibe indeed. We live literally like it's World War II. So it's old school vibe. But thank you all for being here. Mr. Brian, you have a beautiful and blessed night. Yes, love you all. And blessings to all of you all. Thank you. Have a good night.